Have you ever been told that cracking your knuckles causes arthritis? Or that eating carrots will give you superhero-level vision? When it comes to health advice, it can be hard to separate fact from fiction with all the myths and old wives' tales out there. Well, it's time to bust those unfounded claims wide open. From thinking you need to guzzle 8 glasses of water per day to trying to sweat out a cold, we're going to tackle some of the most widespread and persistent health myths. Get ready because we're about to shatter the illusions and pseudoscience to reveal the real, research-backed truths. You'll be shocked at how many of those facts you thought were gospel are actually just myths. So get comfortable as we dive deep into debunking the biggest health fallacies of all time. Your mind is about to be blown by what the actual science says. It's myth-busting time. Myth number 1. Eating at night makes you gain weight. The idea that eating after a certain hour leads to weight gain is a persistent myth, but it has been thoroughly debunked by research. Numerous studies have shown that the total calories consumed over a 24-hour period is what matters for weight loss or gain, not the timing of those calories. For example, one study had participants consume the same number of calories, with one group eating all their food before 7 p.m. and the other splitting their intake between morning and night. After 8 weeks, there was no significant difference in weight loss between the two groups. Other research has looked at people doing intermittent fasting, where they consume all their calories in a shortened time window, often later in the day. As long as they maintain a calorie deficit, they are able to lose weight effectively. This myth likely persists because many people do tend to make poorer food choices and overeat calorie-dense snacks later at night due to cravings, boredom, or mindless eating in front of the TV. But the time on the clock is not the issue. It's being aware of portion sizes and total calorie intake. Myth number 2. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis. This myth has been debunked over and over, yet it remains a common belief. The cracking or popping sound you hear when cracking knuckles is simply caused by gas bubbles forming and releasing in the synovial fluid between the joints. It's a harmless process. Numerous studies over many decades have confirmed there is no link between knuckle cracking and developing arthritis or joint damage. One of the most well-known was a study in the 1990s that followed a group of participants, with some assigned to be habitual knuckle crackers. After over 60 years, there was no difference in arthritis rates between the two groups. More recently, a 2011 study used MRI imaging to examine the hand joints of habitual knuckle crackers versus non-crackers. Again, there was no evidence that cracking knuckles caused any excessive strain or degeneration of the joints. While the popping sound may be annoying to some, you can rest assured that cracking knuckles is not a risk factor for developing arthritis down the road. Myth number 3. You need to drink 8 glasses of water per day. You've likely heard this claim repeated countless times, but there is actually no scientific evidence that everyone needs to drink exactly 8 glasses, 64 ounces of water daily. Your individual water needs depend on a variety of factors. Age, health conditions, activity level, and environmental factors like air temperature all play a role in how much water your body requires. A healthy, sedentary adult living in a temperate climate may only need around 4 to 6 glasses, while someone exercising vigorously in hot, dry conditions could require far more. Rather than sticking to a rigid 8 glasses rule, experts recommend letting your thirst be your guide. Drink water when you feel thirsty, and monitor the color of your urine. Light yellow indicates proper hydration. Forcing excessive water intake can actually be dangerous by diluting essential electrolytes and potentially leading to hyponatremia, low sodium. The bottom line is to drink water regularly throughout the day, adjusting your intake based on your individual needs and activity levels. But there's no need to adhere strictly to the 8 glasses per day myth. Myth number 4. Vitamin C can cure the common cold. While vitamin C is certainly important for immune function, the idea that megadoses can cure the common cold is simply a myth. Numerous scientific studies have found that supplemental vitamin C, even at very high levels, has no curative effect on the cold virus. At best, some research suggests that taking vitamin C supplements may potentially shorten the duration of a cold by about 1 day and cause a very slight reduction in symptom severity. However, the majority of studies have found no significant benefits. The myth stems in part from Linus Pauling's claims in the 1970s that vitamin C was effective against colds, which sparked decades of research attempting to prove or disprove the theory. But the evidence is clear. Vitamin C may provide a modest boost to the immune system, but it is no miracle cure. Rather than relying on supplements, the recommended approach is to get an adequate amount of vitamin C from a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. And when you do catch a cold, the best remedies are rest, hydration, and letting the virus run its course. Myth number 5. Eating carrots will improve your vision. This myth stems from the fact that carrots are an excellent source of vitamin A, which is essential for eye health. Vitamin A deficiency can lead to night blindness and other vision issues. However, eating excessive amounts of carrots or taking vitamin A supplements will not improve vision for those who already have adequate levels of the vitamin. During World War II, the British started a myth that carrots were the secret behind their pilots' exceptional night vision as a way to cover up their use of radar technology. This led to the widespread belief that loading up on carrots could enhance vision. In reality, once you have sufficient vitamin A levels, consuming more provides no additional vision benefits. In fact, excessive vitamin A from supplements or extreme overconsumption of foods like carrots can actually become toxic and paradoxically impair vision. For most people, a balanced diet with foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, leafy greens, and dairy products will provide all the vitamin A needed for optimal eye health. But don't expect eating bags of carrots to give you superhero-level vision. Myth number 6. Shaving causes hair to grow back thicker. This myth has persisted for ages, with the belief that shaving an area like the face or legs causes the hair to grow back coarser and more visible over time. However, this has been thoroughly disproven through scientific research. When you shave an area, you are simply cutting the hair strand at a blunt angle. This can make the initial regrowth feel coarse or stubbly as the blunt edge emerges from the skin. But the hair itself is not actually becoming thicker or coarser. The rate and thickness of hair growth is determined primarily by genetics and hormones like testosterone, not by shaving practices. Numerous studies have confirmed that shaving has no effect on the density or thickness of hair regrowth. In fact, some research has even suggested that regular shaving may help reduce the appearance of hair growth over time by making the hair tips thinner and softer. But it does not fundamentally alter the hair itself. So feel free to shave without worrying about any impact on hair thickness or growth rate. The myth of shaving causing coarser hair growth has been solidly debunked. Myth number 7. You can sweat out a cold or flu. When you're feeling under the weather with a cold or flu, you may be tempted to try and sweat it out by bundling up, exercising, or sitting in a sauna. Unfortunately, this approach is ineffective and can actually be counterproductive. Sweating profusely will not help you recover any faster from a cold or flu virus. These viruses need to simply run their course as your body's immune system fights them off over time. Excessive sweating can actually lead to dehydration, which may prolong symptoms and delay recovery. Additionally, exercising or overheating yourself when you have a fever can put unnecessary strain on your body and make symptoms like fatigue, body aches, and dehydration even worse. It's best to rest and avoid any strenuous activity. The most effective approach when you have a cold or flu is to stay hydrated, get plenty of rest, and let your immune system do its job. Trying to artificially sweat it out is an ineffective myth that should be avoided. While these viruses are uncomfortable, they typically resolve on their own within 7 to 10 days. Pushing your body too hard with excessive sweating is more likely to hinder than help your recovery. From cracking knuckles to eating at night, we debunked some of the most common health myths out there. While old wives' tales get passed down, it's important to rely on scientific evidence over unfounded claims. Hopefully, this has helped set the record straight on what's fact and what's fiction when it comes to your health. Thanks for watching today. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified of my next video as we continue to aspire to health.